In last class we had discussed about the topic bearings, right? And we had discussed in details that what are bearings, how we find the bearings, the rules of bearings, and everything about the bearings we had discussed in the last few exercises. And the most important thing, how we solve the word problems of bearings. In those word problems, the most important step is your sketching. If you sketch your figure right, then 80% chances are that you will attempt your question in a right way. Now in today's class we are going to start exercise 9C. Now in this exercise we are going to cover 3D problems, right? The questions that exist in 3D plane, x, y and z axis. Now starting with question number 1 of exercise 9C. It's not so difficult exercise, and the new exercise of the new concepts are in bearings. Now these are simple concepts of trigonometry. The main problem or the main point in these sort of diagrams is your visualization. How you visualize the question, that is very important, right? Because you know that it is a 3D shape portrait in 2D book. Your page are 2D shapes, right? It's not 3D. So now you need to visualize how it will look in 3D. So moving on to the question, the figure shows triangle ABC right angled at B and lying in horizontal plane. P is a point vertically above C. Now vertically means that its angle is 90 degrees, straight at north. Given that the length of AB is 7 and the length of BC is 6 and AP is 11, find the value of AC. So in first part we need to find the value of AC. If I plot the triangle ABC separately, A, B and C. So the length of BC is 6 cm, the length of AB is 7 cm and B is at 90 degrees. So we can find the value of AC easily by using Pythagoras. So it will be AC square is equals to 6 square plus 7 square. If you solve it, it will be AC square is equals to 36 plus 49, right? 36 plus 49, it's 85. So AC square is equals to 85. Now you need to apply root on both sides. So the value of AC is 9.22 centimeter. That is your first part answer, right? After that you need to find the value of PC. So let me draw the triangle PCA, right? Now PCA is a right angle triangle at C, right? So the value of PA is 11 and the value of AC is known, that is 9.22 found in part 1. We need to find the value of PC. So again by using Pythagoras, it will be 11 square is equals to PC square plus 9.22 square. 11 square is 121, 9.22 square is 85. When you shift it on the left side, it will be negative, and PC square. So 121 minus 85 is 36 is equals to PC square, root on both sides, so PC is equals to 6, right? That is the second part answer. In third part it says PAC. Now PAC means that you need to find this angle. So since we are dealing with right angle triangle, we can apply sin cos tan here and in our case we need to apply cos. For part 3, cos angle A is equals to adjacent divided by hypotenuse. So 9.22 divided by 11, and the cos inverse is 33.05. So angle PAC is 33.05 degree. That is PAC. Last part, the angle of elevation of P from B. Now what is angle of elevation? The angle that makes from the bottom to the top in a right angle triangle, that is your angle of elevation. It always makes with the horizontal line, always makes with the straight horizontal line. What I mean by that? Let's suppose you have two inclined lines, so that is not your angle of elevation. It must be with the straight horizontal line, so it is your angle of elevation. So it says find the angle of elevation of P from B. Now P is the point up at some height and B is the point at down. So angle of elevation is basically from top to bottom. That means this angle Y is your angle of elevation. Now if I highlight this triangle, you can see that it is a right angle triangle, right? So it is a right angle triangle, and we need to find the value of Y. For part 4, the adjacent is 6 and the hypotenuse, the value of PB we don't know, but we have the value of PC, that is opposite, and it's equal to 6, right? So adjacent and opposite, that means we need to apply 10 here. So 10 Y is equals to opposite divided by adjacent. So it will be Y is equals to 10 inverse of 1, and Y is equals to 45 degree. So that is your answer of angle of elevation. Moving on to the next question, question number 2, exercise 9C. Okay. The question says the figure shows a rectangular box. By rectangular it means all angles are 90 degree, right? In which AB is 3, AB is 4, and BD is 5. Now that is too much here, right? So what I'm going to do, I'm going to make a separate figure for ABCD. So basically it is drawn in this way. That is your point A, B, C, D. So the value AB is 3, the value AD is 4, the value BD is 5. BD is 5, right? Now in first part you need to find the length of BH. If I complete this figure, so you see that is the height BH, and that is my right angle triangle, as it is a rectangular box, all angles are 90. The height of B to H is known, that is 12. So that part is difficult, right? If you visualize this part of the figure in your mind or on paper, then you can solve it easily. Now we know that BH is basically hypotenuse, and we are dealing with a right angle triangle. So for first part, applying Pythagoras, so it will be BH square, that is hypotenuse, is equals to 12 square plus 5 square. 12 square is 144 plus 5 square is 25. So BH square is equals to 169 root on both sides. So value of BH is equals to 13 centimeter. Right? So for first part the value of BH is 13. After that it says triangle BDC. Now the diagram which I made here, you need to find this angle, right? This angle. I am going to highlight the triangle which I am going to consider for this part. I hope that it is clear for you the triangle that I put, BDC. Now since ABCD is a rectangle, that means if this length is 4, this length is also 4, right? And if AB is 3, that means CD is also 3. So if I sketch this triangle separately, so it's a right angle triangle in this way, B, C and D. The 90 is angle C due to the rectangle. That length is 4, that length is 3, and we need to find angle BDC. That means this angle D is what we are looking for. Now see, this part is difficult, or you can say critical. After you derive this expression or this figure, you can easily solve it by using trigonometry. So let's suppose this angle is D. So it will be tan B is equals to 4 divided by 3. Right? Now 4 divided by 3, it's 1.33. 1.33. So D is equals to tan inverse of 1.33. So the value of D is 53.13 degree. Right? That is the value of angle D. Now in last part it says angle HBD. For HBD, I am going to make this figure separately. HBD. So HD is a straight line, right? HD, and from B to D it is at 90 degree, right? So that is your figure HBD. The value of HD is 12, the value of DB is 5, and you need to find this angle. Again I will say the same thing. When you sketch the figure, now you can easily solve it. Let's suppose this angle is B. So tan B is equals to 12 divided by 5. So 12 divided by 5, it's 2.4, and the inverse of 2.4 is 67.4 degree. That is your answer, right? So you can observe by yourself. The main thing is to draw these figures. Once you draw these figures, so the working part is very easy. The main thing is about the visualization of a 3D figure, right? So moving on to the next question. It's question number 3, and I pasted the figure here, right? And this time I just stretched the figure so it will easy for us to understand the question, right? A rectangular block of sugar has a horizontal base EFGH. The corners C and D are vertically above E and H. Again, the meaning of vertical, the angle is 90 degrees straight above the point. It is given that BH is 4, GH is 6, FG is 8. Find angle DGH. For first part, angle DGH. Now, angle DGH, I am going to plot it on the figure and then I will remove it. So it will be better for you if you draw it on your figure right now when I complete the question. So first I am going to take triangle DGH. So I'm going to extend the line from D to the point G, right? So that is a straight line. Now we need to find the angle, this one, and that is 90 degree. Why 90 degree? It's a rectangle. Now you can find angle G very easily by using tan. So tan angle G is equals to opposite divided by adjacent. 4 upon 6, basically 2 upon 3, right? So 2 upon 3 is 0.66. So G is equals to tan inverse of 0.667. So tan inverse, it's 33.7 degree. 33.7 degrees. That is the answer of first part, right? For part 2, find the length of HF. I'm going to rub this part, right? We have done it. HF. So I'm going to meet the line from H till F. If you consider the triangle HGF, it is a right angle triangle. Why G is 90? Because HGFE is a rectangle, and in rectangle all angles are 90. We need to find the hypotenuse basically, right? And when I say hypotenuse, so you can apply Pythagoras here. So the working will be HF square is equals to 6 square plus 8 square. 6 square is 36 plus 8 square is 64. 36 plus 64 is 100, that is HF square. When you apply root, so the value of HF, it's 10, right? I hope that this one is a simple one. At last it says the angle of elevation of D from F. Now I'm going to rub this one. And the last one is angle of elevation of D from F. So first I'm going to draw the triangle H, F and D. That is a triangle, right? And in that triangle this angle is 90 degree. We need to find the angle of elevation of D from F. That means this angle is unknown, and which value we know? We know the value of HF, that is 10. Now if this figure is not clear to you, so don't worry, I'm going to draw it right here for simplest way, sorry. So this point is D, and below this point straight we have point H, and from H at 90 degree we have a point F, right? So that is our triangle HDF. The length of DH is 4 and the length of HF that we find out is 10. Now we need to find this angle. See, if the diagram part is clear, then you can find the unknown very easily. So it will be 10, angle that is unknown is F, opposite is 4 and 10. So it will be 10 inverse of 0.4 is equals to F. So on your calculator you can find it easily. 10 inverse of 0.4 is 21.8 degree, that is angle F. So that is a pretty easy question, right? In first two parts that was very easy. The last part, now the diagram part. If you have still any confusion, now look very closely. First I plot the point D. Below that point we have point H. Below that point we have point H. From H at 90 degree we have a point, and that is F. The same thing I plot here, that from H at 90 degree we have a point F. But the difference is, in your exam question it is a little bit tilted, and I draw in such a way that you are watching this triangle from this view, right? If you are standing right here and you see the triangle, then you will see sort of this image, and that's what I said at the beginning, that you need to imagine the triangle. If you could do it, then you can solve 3D questions very easily, right? Now I think that it is a little bit clear to you that when you are standing here and you see the triangle, you will see that in this shape, right? Now moving on to the next question, that is question number 4. I again enlarge the figure so that I can explain you better. First read the question. The figure shows 3 points A, B and C on horizontal ground where angle ABC is a right angle. So you can see that angle B is a right angle triangle. AOC represents a vertical triangular wall with P as the foot of the perpendicular. Now foot of the perpendicular indicates that it is a 90 degree, right? That is meant by foot of the perpendicular from O to AC. Given that angle APB is 90, which one angle? This angle APB, this one, and AB is 10, BC is 15, OA is 12. Find the angle BAC, right? So it will be good if you try it by yourself. This part is very easy. You can do it easily by applying trigonometry, but the main thing is that you need to visualize the figure, which triangle you are going to consider, which trigonometric working formula you are going to apply. That is important. So let's consider the triangle BAC. It will be, triangle BAC is basically this angle, right? So if you consider the triangle, this triangle here, right? It's a right angle triangle. So we are doing part 1 here, angle BAC. So it's a right angle triangle, right? That means we have the value of opposite and the value of adjacent. Opposite and adjacent comes in 10, so it will be 10. Angle A is equals to, opposite is 15 and adjacent is 10. So it will be angle A is equals to tan inverse of 1.5, right? So you can find the value of tan inverse 1.5. It's 56.3 degree. So angle A is 56.3 degrees, right? Now you have the value of angle BAC. After that you need to find the length of AP. Now I'm going to rub this triangle. For AP I'm going to consider APB. Now try it by yourself. Find the value of AP. Since it is a right angle triangle and angle A is known, right? It's 56.3. So you have the value of hypotenuse, and what is unknown? The unknown is adjacent. So adjacent and hypotenuse, that means you need to apply cos. It will be cos 56.3 is equals to adjacent is AP, that is unknown, divided by hypotenuse, that is 10. So 56.3 cos is 0.55 multiplied by 10 is equals to AP, right? So the final answer of AP is 5.5 and the unit of length is meters as given in question. Now first two part completed. After that the part 3. The length of OP. Now I'm going to rub the other parts and you need to find the length of O till P. So we have the value of AP, right? So I'm going to consider the triangle OAP. If this angle is 90, it means that this angle is also 90, and we have the value of AP, that is 5.5 meters. So we can easily find the value of OP by using Pythagoras. So it will be 12 square is equals to OP square plus AP square. Now 12 square is 144. The value of OP is unknown and the value of AP, that is 12 square, sorry, 5.5 square. Now 5.5 square is 30.25. When we subtract it from 144, it's 113.75 is equals to OP square. Root on both sides gives you the value of 10.66. So OP is 10.66, right? Now the last part, that is the angle of elevation of O from B. So why don't you give it a try by yourself and then I will explain it. The angle of elevation of O from B, so I am going to rub this extra part here. At first I need to make this angle. So O from B is basically O to P and then P to B. And then when I see O from B, so it will be like this angle, right? And that is a right angle triangle here. Now if you plot this diagram in a 2D, like I draw this one, right? So first you try it by yourself, that if a person is standing here and he saw this triangle black one, how he will see it. Draw it in a 2D plane. So it's very simple. Starting with the top. At the top we have a point O, so I mentioned the point O. Below the point O we have a point P, so below the point O we have a point P, and with that P 90 degree we have B. Now it's up to you whether you draw on the left side or on the right side, it doesn't matter. From P at 90 degree you have a point B, that is 90 degree. Now you need to complete the triangle, and which angle is unknown? Angle of elevation, that means this angle. So the most important part we have done it, that is the sketching. Once the sketching has been done, you need to substitute values. The value of OP we had already found out, that is 10.66. The value of BP we haven't found it, but we can find it. How? Now consider the triangle. I'm going to show it with a black, not black, with a red pen. We had considered the triangle once A, P, B, right? So I am going to attach this part with the red pen. Triangle A, P, B, it's a right angle triangle, keep in mind, because angle P is 90. Angle A is known, that is 56.3. That is, we are looking for opposite O. So opposite and hypotenuse, that means I need to apply sine here, right? So it will be sine 56.3 is equals to opposite, that is the value of PB divided by hypotenuse. Sine 56.3 is 0.83. Multiply by 10 gives you the value of PB. So it will be 8.3 is equals to PB. Now we need to use this value here, 8.3. Now angle X can be easily find out by using 10 here. So it will be 10 angle X, opposite is 10.66 divided by hypotenuse. You see, now you can do it. So the basic problem in every question is the visualization, where you are standing and from which point you are watching the triangle, so you can draw this triangle in an easy 2D method. That is very important. Now it will be 10.66 divided by 8.3, it's 1.27. For X you need to take 10 inverse. So the 10 inverse is 51.9, and I am going to write 52 degree. So that is the angle of elevation of P from B. So that was the question, right? I know that this exercise is comparatively easy from bearings, because bearings, they were all the new things that we had studied in bearings. But these type of questions we are mainly applying trigonometry and Pythagoras, not even further trigonometry for law of sine and cosine. So with the help of basic trigonometry and Pythagoras, you can easily solve such question, right? So I think that this is enough for today's class. What we are going to do next, we are going to cover some more examples, some more questions of 3D shapes. And trust me, 3D shapes are difficult for everyone, because this is a new thing to visualize your diagram, right? But it can easily be sorted out with the help of practice. So you need to practice it, right? If you are able to sketch your figure like this, then your 80% problem is solved. Now the remaining part is just you need to apply the correct trigonometric function, apply the Pythagoras theorem and its solution, how to solve it, right? We have know it very well. So the main problem is regarding the sketching. So you need to practice. The more what problem you will solve or the more shapes you will solve for 3D, the more idea will be clear to you, right? So that is enough for today's class. Inshallah in next class we are going to continue with the same topic. Till then, practice and take care. Allah Hafiz.